don't pay me to speak.
I hope everybody has a cup of coffee. Hey, so I'm a senior LIMS consultant with CSols. I've been here for 4 years, which is great. I love this company. It's a wonderful place. Super people, hardworking, smart people.
Why, thank you, Bill.
Yeah, especially me. That's the story about me. So today we're going to talk about this whole thing, validation, friend or foe. That's the general topic. So we'll go over some of the aspects. Really, the point of this is how to integrate validation with project management in a good way to get value out of validation. And so we're going to talk about project management. We'll touch on validation, make sure we have the sort of common understanding. Talk about the overlap between so-called validation and the rest of the software development life cycle. Talk about one of what I see as the main reason for project delays and failures, and also how validation controls can yield system quality and some practical aspects of integrating validation into the project and what that can do for you. So let's start off with the good old definition of validation. Establishing documented evidence that provides a high degree of assurance that a specific process will consistently produce a product meeting its predetermined specifications and quality attributes. That's the good old FDA 1987 definition. That is, it is to provide proof, that's the documented evidence, that the process does what it's intended to do. That's the predetermined specifications, and that it will continue to do so. So it will consistently produce a product meeting its predetermined specs and quality attributes. That's really all there is to it. Give me proof that this thing does what it's supposed to do. And that, of course, leads to the importance of knowing what the system's supposed to do, so often overlooked. Okay, so here's the GAMP 5 definition: achieving and maintaining compliance with applicable GXP regulations and fitness for intended use by the adoption of principles, approaches, and life cycle activities within the framework of validation plans and reports, and the application of appropriate operational controls throughout the life of the system. So throughout the life of the system, appropriate controls is to consistently meet the needs of the user, and the adoption of principles and approaches and life cycle activities within the framework of validation plans is about knowing what the system is intended to do and building it to do just that. So it's interesting that the use of within the framework of validation plans is what they say here, rather than within the framework of the software development life cycle or within the framework of the implementation process. So clearly what they're talking about here in terms of validation plans has a little bit larger scope than is often considered for validation. So the question, is validation a friend or a foe? Is it an add-on activity for a laboratory information project that actually takes more time and energy beyond what it adds in value? That's the question that we're looking at today.